everybody, I'm Steph from Adventure in a Backpack, and today we are going to be installing the head unit, the monitor that's going to go right here and replace the factory stereo system. Let's see, we've got the actual adapter that will go right here, steering wheel controls, some wiring harnesses, an antenna adapter, and the actual monitor, head unit, all of that. So let's get started. Where's that? Just remove these screws. Okay, so I just got this piece out, the little cubby hole that was underneath the factory radio, and it's pretty tight to pull out, so I pretty much just had to yank on it. These two little clips on either side hold it in place, and you just have to, just totally just yank on it. It feels like you're gonna break it, but I didn't break it. It just came out eventually. So now I can actually get the radio out, get to these 4 screws. So the 2 screws that I took out down here, actually all 4 of these screws that I took out down here at the bottom were unnecessary for me to take out. I need to take these 4 from the radio out. Okay, so now that I've got those screws out, this just comes right out. And disconnect the wiring harnesses from the back. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is get the mounting brackets ready. And so we need to cut off these little 90-degree angles off of this because it actually doesn't fit on the side of our radio. Our radio is a little bit too big, so the instructions say to snap that off, and then we can install the whole trim piece. Side. Wait, got that. Okay, and then we're just snapping these side pieces to the face. Snap right on there just like that. One's not staying. There it is. Okay, so now those are both snapped on there. And then I believe we just screw it all to the head unit. So that should fit in there. Okay, so now that we've got those snapped on and this over the head unit, we're just going to screw these in place with the screws that came with the head unit. Okay, so now that we've got everything wired up, I just want to go through everything that we did. So for this particular head unit, with this particular van, and this particular wiring harness, this is the order of wires going together. Okay, so we've got, let's see, where do we want to start? Okay, green to green. This is gray to gray. Then it's going to be gray and black to gray and black. White with black to white and black. Solid white to solid white. Solid purple to solid purple. Purple and black to purple and black. Green and black to green and black. So far, pretty straightforward. Okay, then we're gonna go purple and white to green with purple. Then there's going to be, let's see, this is orange with a white stripe to a solid orange. And yellow to yellow. Red to red. And let's see, there's one more down here. Yeah, okay. So this one is actually, so this is the black ground. So black and black to this lime green one. Okay, so this lime green one is actually the parking brake line. What the wiring diagram says that it's supposed to go to is actually to go down to your parking brake to make sure that your parking brake is on before you can access some of the settings and everything. It's a safety feature. Okay, so basically, I mean, so it's just a ground, truly, but it's a safety feature so that you're not accessing settings while you're driving. So we ended up just wiring it to the ground because we're,
adults.
We're adults, yes. Yeah, Nathan put that correctly. Yeah, so we're going to figure out our own safety and not have to have a machine tell us to put the parking brake on. So you can't just leave this one undone, because you can't actually get to a lot of the settings. We tried that and it wouldn't work. So you can't get to the settings if this is not grounded. So we just wired it into the grounds and now everything works just fine. Okay, so that was the last of the wiring. Everything is plugged in. So you've got two, sorry, I've got a little bit of a mess here. Okay, so you've got these two wiring harnesses that go to different modules that come with this wiring harness. So the ASWC1 goes on this one that says SWC harness. So it's pretty straightforward. SWC goes to the ASWC1, and then the other harness goes to the other one, the XSVI 1784 NAV. That's what that goes to. Okay, so those are all wired up. So one thing about this, the ASWC1, as you're programming it, what you'll need to do is you'll plug it in, and then you'll turn the ignition on. And when you turn the ignition on, this light is going to start flashing really fast, red and green. As that's flashing really fast, red and green, you're going to hit the steering wheel control, the volume up button, and you're just going to press it up and then let go, and then up and then let go, and then up and then let go, until that stops flashing red and green really fast. So that just helps it to recognize your steering wheel controls. Then it'll flash green 7 times. It'll flash 6 times really fast, and then the 7th time will be a longer flash. Make sure you count these. So you're going to get 7 flashes of green, and then it's going to go to red, and then it should flash 6 times. red. So if it flashes 6 times red, that means that it has recognized, and that's for this particular head unit. If you have a different head unit, it's going to be different. But for this particular one, it's going to flash 6 times red, and then it'll turn solid red. And then that's when you know it's been programmed, it recognizes it, and you're good to go. If it flashes red 7 times, that means it did not recognize the head unit at all. Then you're going to have to start over. So, flashing 6 times, and then solid red, then you're good to go. So we're all programmed up, we're good to go. One more wiring thing that I forgot to mention. So off of the ASWC1 is the wireless remote, or wired remote. Wired, because it is a wire. So it's a wired remote. In the wiring diagram for the ASWC1, it calls it something different, but just it calls it the steering wheel control jack, and that's not what it's called on this head unit. It's just called WR for wired remote. So just plug that into there and you're good. Okay. Let me get all of this put back together. Okay, I'm just twisting those up so they're a little bit more organized. So we are, I believe, ready to put this in. Okay, so we're just going to slide these back here. Slide that in. Get our holes all lined up. And screw it back in. Okay, last step is to put the trim piece back on. So we're just going to reconnect this little wiring harness right there. And line up all of the clips, and it should just snap back in. Okay, there we go. We're done. Okay, so we're going to test it out now.
We like to take pictures of ourselves.
Okay, and I don't know why that's saying Red Hot Chili Peppers. That is not Red Hot Chili Peppers. That is Cavern Company. Okay, so it's all connected and good to go. So that is how you install a head unit in a Mercedes Sprinter. So be on the lookout for our next video, which will be installing speakers. We'll see you next time. Bye!